Recently, Tenpai Dragon came to Matt to do and I made a video about it, but today I want to give you a guide with everything you need to know about the deck, different combos, and a detailed deck list to learn how to play the deck better, so let's get into it. Hello guys, let's get into the combos. First one is gonna be with just Paidra, a one-card combo. We're gonna normal summon it, activate the effect, and we're gonna be setting on the field the Sangen Summoning. This card is absolutely incredible, you always need to go for that line the majority of times. Now let's activate Sangen Summoning, we're gonna get a search, and we're gonna go for the Chundra because it's the best optimal play, and we're gonna pitch just something else that we don't need in the hand, and immediately we're gonna proceed to the battle phase. Now we're gonna attack in the damage step, activate Chundra, and special from the deck the Genroku, which will give us more plays later on. Now once we attack, we can then attack with the other monster as well, and of course we're gonna activate the effect of one of them to synchro summon during the battle phase, going into the Paidra Dragon, which is one of the most important cards in this deck. We're gonna use the effect now to bring back to the field. Now you have two options, you can either go for level 4 if you want to go for another level 7, or go for a level 3 if you want to go for a level 10. I'm gonna go for level 3 because that's the standard play for most amount of damage, and now we're just gonna attack with everything again as you usually do, and then we're gonna be activating the effect of Paidra, and we're gonna be synchro summoning into the Transcendent Dragon, which will be our level 10 play. And dude, this is so much damage, by the way, way over the LP. We're gonna activate now the effect of the Paidra Dragon in the graveyard. Since we attack 3 or more times, we can bring it back to the field. If you don't have any more plays, you can destroy the Sangen Summoning immediately, but I wouldn't suggest you do that since there are more things you can do. From here, of course, you're gonna attack more, but I don't want to get game so I can show you the full combo, so let's not attack. Let's go Genroku, and we're gonna be special summoning the Paidra to the field, which is the monster reborn to the deck, either a level 3 or a level 4. If you bring back a level 4, you can go for level 7 using Paidra, but the best option would be Paidra to go for level 10. So we're gonna do exactly that, and of course you do attack with it first, but now we're gonna just use the effect of it, and we're gonna go for the Trident Dragon, which will be the most amount of damage. And also with this line of combo, you actually have one body left over that you don't need. But anyways, let's activate Trident Dragon. We're gonna be popping exactly Sangen Summoning together with the Transcendent Dragon, of course, after we attacked with it. And now we're gonna be able to activate Sangen Summoning, doubling the attack of our monster, and now it's gonna have 6,000 attack and attack 3 times, which is 18,000. Now we can bring back to the field the Transcendent Dragon so we can attack an additional time. And on top of that, we can pop something if you'd like, but there's no point doing that. This card has an effect that can destroy something on the field, but there's currently nothing to destroy. Then you attack for 18,000, 3,000, 1,600, that's it. And also you can go main phase to someone like Spheres if you don't finish the game by some miracle, but the majority of times you are gonna finish it, so let's just attack for game here. And this will be combo number 1. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So let's move on to the second combo. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what only Genroku can do as another form of one card combo. You're gonna activate the effect, tribute, you're gonna go for again the Paidra, you're gonna use the Paidra, set the Sangen, and you're gonna go with the usual standard plays. But I'm gonna just change the combos a little bit so you can see what else you can do with this deck. Let's go Sangen Summoning again. Let's just add the Chundra again, of course. And then we're gonna be pitching the Code by the Grave or whatever else you have to pitch. Activate Chundra, special summon, immediately proceed to the battle phase, attack, not gonna use the effect of them now, let's activate Chundra. You're gonna special summon from the deck again, just anything else you want. Now you can go for Paidra, simply because you already have a target to bring back from the graveyard, you can bring back the Genroku, and then you're just gonna resolve the attack, of course. Now you're gonna attack directly first with the Paidra, activate the effect of Chundra, synchro summon into again the level 7 Paidra Dragon. The combos remain the same, as you can see, you still have the 4 bodies to use. Now you're gonna activate the Paidra Dragon, bring back to the field again the Paidra, and now you can still proceed to the battle phase, attack with multiple different cards, but let's just not attack with everything so I can show you everything. Activate Paidra again, as you can see, synchro summon into the Transcendent Dragon, which is all standard, just the standard place, as you can see. Summon it again, and now you can activate the effect of your Paidra Dragon from the grave, bring it back to the field, and then you can destroy a card if you'd like. You can destroy the Sangen Summoning right now if you don't have any other plays, but of course you don't do it in a typical combo. Now you can also activate the effect of the Paidra, synchro summon again if you'd like. You're gonna go for another level 10, it can be the Trident Dragon, and yeah, I mean, you just go from there, you get the extra attack points from the Sangen Summoning, and then you can also use the effect of Transcendent Dragon, bring it back to the field. And Genroku is just a free body that you can use for something, or you can summon Paidra later on through the combos, so you can get another monster reborn effect for something else, and you still get the same board here as I said. But eventually, even if you don't get game, you can go main phase 2, go into Spheres using 2 of these, I guess, if you need them to do that. But yeah, it doesn't really matter what you do after the battle phase, you're most likely gonna win through it. Now let me show you what you can do with only Chundra. We're gonna proceed to the battle phase, but the combos will slightly differ. Let's activate the effect. We're gonna special summon from our deck a card, and that will be the Paidra here, because we need to search the Kaiman. This time we don't have the Sangen Summoning, unfortunately, instantly added to the hand. Now the attack does go through as well. Now we're gonna activate the effect of, first of all, let's stack with Paidra as well. And now we're gonna activate the effect of Chundra. We can again synchro summon into the Biden Dragon using these two. It's all just standard. You gotta go for Biden Dragon all of the time. Now we're gonna activate Biden Dragon, bring back to the field the Paidra, and even without the Sangen Kainen, you can still do a lot. You can just attack with both of these. Now again, you can activate Paidra, synchro summon again into the Transcendent Dragon using these two, summon it, and then you can activate the effect of your synchro to bring it back from the graveyard. And from here, you can use the Sangen Kaimen and just paste someone from the deck, the Fadra, or go for Genroku and then go for Fadra. It doesn't matter. Let's just go with that, and we're gonna space summon it to the field. And then we're gonna activate the effect of the Fadra, bring back to the field again the Paidra because it's a little bit better. Now we can use the effect of Paidra to synchro summon, or if you bring back Chundra, we can then go for a level 7 synchro play using the Fadra. But regardless, let's just use that. Summon the Trident Dragon again, or you can go for other things. You can do whatever you want, but Trident Dragon is just the standard play. And this time, to get the extra attack, you're gonna have to tribute your own Fadra and just pop it, and also the Transcendent Dragon. And now, because you have 3 or more attacks done, you can bring back the Transcendent Dragon. And this card doesn't gain 6000 attack because of the Sangen summoning, but it's still combo. Alright, so let's say that this is Paidra. We're gonna activate the Sangen Kaimen just to search a Paidra so we can do the 2-card combo here, and we'll go from there basically. Now, using Chundra and both Paidra, we're gonna normal summon Paidra, activate the effect, still set the Sangen summoning, of course, and then we're gonna use the Sangen summoning. We're gonna be adding to the hand this time the Genroku, because we can space summon it for free. We're gonna pitch something that we don't need in the hand already. Now let's activate the Genroku immediately, space summon it to the field, and then we can change the level of it, which makes it a little bit more interesting. Let's do that. Now let's go Chundra, we can space summon it, and now we're gonna actually use 2 of our monsters to summon the Old Ice Meteor Burst Dragon, which will now give us protection from any monster effects. Because as you can see, this card says your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase, which means you're protected throughout the whole turn if they have only monsters. Now we can activate the effect of the Genroku during the battle phase, during right now, doesn't matter, let's just use it now. And we're gonna be special summoning the Fadra from the deck. Now we can use the Fadra to bring back to the field the Chundra, and we can still use the Chundra's effects and all that stuff. Let's now proceed to the battle phase, attack with Chundra, activate the secondary effect, which will then bring to the field whatever we'd like. We can go for Dora Dora, by the way, just for the sake of having fun. Let's just do it this way. And now we're gonna be just destroying the monster, doesn't matter. Let's activate the Chundra, synchro summon. Using 2 of our monsters, we can go into the Biden Dragon. Let's use these 2. And then we go through the standard line pretty much. We activate the Biden Dragon. We bring back to the field a level 3 Paidra. And then we have 2 monsters. We just attack with everything. Let's just attack with these 2. And then we're gonna be activating the effect of Paidra. Go for the level 10 synchro play into the Transcendent Dragon here. And we're gonna be just bringing back again the other level 7 from the graveyard, which is wonderful stuff. And now we're gonna attack with the Fadra. We're gonna activate the effect with Fadra. We're gonna go for Biden Dragon. Of course, we can attack with Transcendent Dragon as well, but I don't want to get game, so I can show you the full combo. You can go into the Trident Dragon again, activate Trident Dragon. You're gonna pop the Transcendent Dragon and also the Sangen Summoning, and now you can activate Sangen Summoning, double the attack, and you can also bring back the Transcendent Dragon from the graveyard. This is again the same usual stuff. The only difference is in a 2-card combo, you're gonna go for Meteor Burst Dragon, which will just give you extra protection, and that's all about the combos. Let's move on to the detailed deck profile. Alright, now as of the deck list, we have first of all the core, 3 copies of Paidra, 3 copies of Chundra, the most important one, 2 copies of Genroku, 2 copies of Fadra. You don't need the third one of both of these because one is a monster reborn effect, which is not always good, and Genroku is just an effect that allows you to space summon something else, so you don't necessarily need it all the time. Also 2 copies Sangen Summoning and the playset of Kaimen, of course. And in the extra deck, 2 copies Biden Dragon. Make sure to play the second copy. Also the Transcendent Dragon, 1 copy. You don't need a second one, don't add it. And now one thing I want to mention, Genroku walks you into only dragon monster to special summon, so if you want to special summon something else in the extra deck, you're gonna have to do it before that. Now I do play only synchro dragons, but you can technically switch some things. For example, I played Dispater instead of Borneo Third for the sole purpose of it being a dragon, so keep that in mind. Now out of the main deck, we have a lot of space for non-engines, so we play a healthy amount of hand drops and board breakers. I chose to play 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, which are the most important ones, then 2 Effect Veyor, 1 Nibiru, and as of the board breakers, I played Duster, 2 Lightning Storm. I kinda wanna play a third copy of this because this deck struggles a little bit against back row heavy decks, and Lightning Storm is a card that can deal with that. Also 2 copies of Talent just for consistency. Here is just a good board breaker and consistency booster. 1 Pro Prosperity, by the way, for consistency, forgot to mention, and playset of the Forbidden Droplet together with 1 Cross Out, 2 Code Buy, which is kind of a board breaker nowadays, to be honest. And this is it for the main deck. You can choose to play other things. I just think that these are the best. Now I also want to talk about the trap card real quick. The Sangen Kaiho allows you to skip your opponent's main phase if you meet the conditions. However, in the best best of one format, it is completely useless. If you have a side deck, then you can include it, but this is the best of one. We don't have best of three, so don't play this, don't get baited. And as of the extra deck, first of all, I want to talk about the Black Rose Dragon, the Ready Rose, and the Moonlight. The Black Rose Dragon and the Ready Rose specifically are also fire dragons, which means they're unaffected during the main phase, and it's really cool if you can go Black Rose Dragon, wipe the whole field, and go from there. They can't do anything about it, they can't negate it. Absolutely a must card to break board sometimes. Moonlight is just decent going first. I don't really like this card, by the way, you don't have to play it. Also, absolutely mandatory Meteor Burst Dragon. This card has a really cool effect where your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. Essentially, if they don't have any back row cards during the main phase, they can't use anything because your monsters are unaffected. During the battle phase, they can't do anything because of this, and with the 2-card combo, it's unstoppable and you're gonna win the game most likely. Now, I also play Quibelt and also the Vagnawa, which just came out in Master Duel. Both of these are interesting. I prefer Quibelt because it's a removal. Vagnawa is kind of a decent card to play, not necessary to be honest, but it's just a cool card that synergizes well. The Trident Dragon, absolutely mandatory because such a banger to gain 18,000 damage done. It's absolutely ridiculous as of damage. Also, the Dispater, sometimes it actually comes up, by the way. Keep in mind that this card can be very useful also as a negation, also as a removal. It's pretty cool in general, not just going first. One Sphere, this is the best card you're gonna go for first. If your opponent makes you go first in a mirror match, just summon Sphere. Spheres alone, even if it gets negated, you can tag out, tribute, and still use the effect to special summon something like Genroku. Then they can try to deal with it. You can chain the Genroku, still tribute, still special summon, and you can play through 2 interruptions while also getting something on the field for the battle phase. So Spheres is really important. Now we also play 1 SP because it's a generically good card. The Promethean Princess with the Hida as well here. Not particularly exciting. I've never used these cards actually, but they come up every now and then, I guess. Honorable mentions are the Raging Phoenix OTK. You can play that if you'd like. Also, one more card that is really cool is actually Samurai Destroyer. It has a similar effect to the Meteor Burst, but it's slightly different. I don't really like the card simply because it's a machine and you cannot actually summon it or protect it. Once you're up, it's only Dragon Monster, so it makes it kind of useless. I prefer to play Meteor Burst. And of course, if you want to include something like Borneo Fleur or Typhon, you can in the deck, but I don't think they're really useful because you can just synchro summon a bunch of times to win the game. You don't need to go for these cards, to be honest. But yeah, that was it for the guide, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. Also, let me know if you have any extra tips that I forgot to mention. If the video was helpful, I would appreciate like, subscribe. Check out more Yu-Gi-Oh! Must Do content. I have plenty of that in the channel. Also, I have live gameplay of Tenpai Dragon if you want to check that out in the channel as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.